Hey everybody, this is Taylor with Royal Gorge Anglers in Canyon City, Colorado, the oldest fly shop and fly fishing guide service and only Orbis endorsed outfitter on the Arkansas River Basin. Thank you so much for viewing here today as we roll into the fantastic fall season on the Arkansas River Basin and all of our surrounding drainages in south central Colorado. Truly a magical time period to be out on the water here as we enter the end of September, the last several weeks of September and October. If you were to ask me my favorite season of the year, without a doubt, this is it. The next 6 weeks are really a lot of fun in our area. Changing foliage, cooler conditions, cooler water temperatures, getting the fish very active, continuation of heavy bug activity. It is a breathtaking time to be out on the water, enjoying North America's longest gold medal river on the Arkansas, or our small tributaries, the South Platte, some of our South Park reservoirs and surrounding reservoirs here in Fremont County, you name it. You got to get some days on your calendar here in the next 6 weeks, and perhaps even into November, depending on what the weather does for us there in that late fall window. Currently, we've seen a major uptick in BWO, blue-winged olive activity. That is a pseudo-Cleon beta, so it is a little bit different blue-winged olive than what we see in the springtime here on the Arkansas. It is a smaller, size 18 through 22, dark-bodied mayfly. We are seeing them hatch every day, and great activity within the drift. A lot of nymphs that are active on the substrate, and emergent activity in the mid-water column to subsurface film. Same with the tricos. A lot of tricos out there right now and have been for the last couple of weeks, really. Good trico spinnerfall activity in the mornings, and sometimes another trico spinnerfall in the afternoon, evening. Think about 9 or 10 a.m. for that typical spinnerfall window. And then blue-winged olive hatch activity can happen throughout the day. Of course, those cloudy overcast days are going to be those larger mayfly hatch days. However, we will see them throughout the day regardless of the weather. Flows right now are right around 350 CFS at the Wellsville gauge. We did have some great rain last week, which has been great for the surrounding area to keep fire danger down. However, we will see the flows likely stabilize in that 250 CFS to 350 CFS range now that we are not releasing water out of Twin Lakes and Clear Creek reservoirs. So we are at a native flow rate right now, about 125 CFS at the Granite gauge currently. That will likely stabilize around 90 to 100 CFS and around 20 CFS at Leadville. So that headwater section down through Hayden Meadows is quite small right now, but is fishing very well. Like I mentioned, we are seeing those cooler overnight lows, and it is freezing at night in the Leadville area, at least 50% of the nights upcoming. So that will really trigger a few things to happen. Number one, the foliage is changing, right? We've got leaf peepers out there already. We're seeing some beautiful colors around here. We're even seeing the rabbit brush and the sage start to turn here in the Canyon City area. It's a breathtaking Bighorn Sheep Canyon right now with all that rabbit brush turning. It is optimal in Bighorn right now. So beautiful time to be on the water as far as all the changing leaves, but also that will trigger pre-spawn activity for the brown trout population. Now remember, our river, the Arkansas River Basin, is primarily brown trout population, around 90 to 95% depending on where you're fishing. And so here over the course of the next 6 weeks, we will see a lot of those fish become very territorial. They really get on the feed bag in anticipation of spawning activity in late October, November. That is a later activity on the Arkansas River Basin. Typically, we're seeing more fish paired up on reds in late October and early November rather than late September and October. So that is a cue for anglers to obviously get out there and get after it, because those fish are very, very opportunistic. But do keep in mind, as we get later into the fall season, do keep an eye out for reds, those clean gravel areas, and actively spawning fish. Give them a wide berth. Obviously, don't target them. And there are plenty of other fish that are actively feeding that you can go out and get after. We shouldn't see much actively spawning fish in that activity until late October, typically, okay? But something to keep an eye out for. We are, as guides, still focusing on that dry dropper activity, more specifically dry double dropper. I'm going to show you some great patterns as we move through the fall season and into the early winter season that will continue to be great producers for you. Nymphing, of course, is great. Euro nymphing. Streamer bite is optimal now. Streamer fishing is excellent as we move through September and through October. Again, the brown trout population being pre-spawn, very territorial. They want to get these big streamers out of their zone, and they are very, very opportunistic on that streamer front, okay? Let's take a peek at some a great finely tuned assortment of flies for the fall season. We are definitely narrowing our scope a little bit as we move into the fall season. Not as many different bugs going on, but some core flies that we need to focus on for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Let's take a look at that now. Alrighty, team. So here's a look at our bug board as we move into the fall season on the Arkansas River Basin and surrounding watersheds, and very transferable as we go into the early winter season as well, November, December, on those nice weather days. You won't see the streamers here on the board because that is a pretty in-depth deal here in the fall, and I'm actually going to start over there on the streamer wall, talk a little bit about what we like to focus on. We have a massive streamer selection here at the fly shop, full wall as you can see, and one particular trend here on the Arkansas that is very productive is that tandem streamer rig, highly effective rig within that streamer mindset. In other words, we're running a larger tractor streamer like the ones we see in, say, the first top 3 rows there, and then running a trailer fly underneath on a short drop, typically 4 to 6 inches underneath that larger fly. The thought there is that this larger fly, is really going to get the fish's attention and pull them out, and especially with that brown trout population moving into pre-spawn mindset. They're very territorial, so if they see another fish in their zone, they're going to get after it. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to eat it, and so that's why we're throwing our trailers underneath. And variety of options there. We really like our Chicago overcoats. We really like the Dalai Llamas. We've got the micro llamas as well in the size 10. One of my go-tos. Really like old school like jig zonkers. Those are great options, especially the olive and natural colors, just kind of mimicking sucker fry and brown trout fry and things of that nature. You can always go like Sculptzilla underneath. on our larger front flies, we truly are going big, and a lot of that is going to depend on the rod you're throwing. 6 and 7 weight rods will easily, deliver a large fly, whether it be like a silk kitty or a full-size dungeon, maybe even our mini dungeons. Your 5 weight territory is going to be more like your mini dungeon or your micro dungeon up top. Really can't accommodate these larger flies. Couple of my favorites in the fall season, of course, our full-size two-tone dungeons are excellent. I really like natural and olive in the fall season. Got a couple different natural kind of colors up here that are great, kind of our two-tone look. We've got our silk kitty. That's an awesome kind of newer fly from Kelly Gallup. That whole series fishes well for a lead fly. In the little bit smaller category, kind of that size 6 double, and in all of these I'm showing you do have 2 hooks on them. We've got our Heisenberg, that's Blanco's pattern, incredible kind of 6 weight category lead fly. Of course, we've got just our standard barred mini dungeons, which are our tried and true great producers. We've got our Circus Peanut series. Options are pretty limitless. We've got a lot of great patterns here for you on the streamer front. But again, think tandem as we're rolling into the fall season and running short leaders on those streamers. So short sink tip is best, and then a 4-foot section of 2X, and then we can run that first streamer and then drop that second streamer, say 4 to 6 inches underneath. Rolling into our dry double dropper rigs, our dry dropper rigs, our nymphing rigs. We're now kind of back to the bug board. For lead flies on a dry double dropper rig, our focus needs to be buoyant and visible. And we don't want to fish crazy large, like size 8, 10, 12, but more 14 profiles, because remember, our flows are much lower now in that native window, and those big flies will spook fish. So my kind of go-to in the fall window is going to be red and royal bodies or dark bodies. First fly we've got up here is a Fat Albert, and I've just shown you the bottom side of this fly. Again, it's got that red hit on the body, so that's been a really nice new fly that super buoyant, really easy to see, supports weight really well. Red Amy's Ant, kind of tried and true, trusty, fly on the Arkansas and any Freestone River. Our Royal Water Walker, this is the Royal with the tan foam. Water Walker's been a heavy hitter here for this, for us this season. Red Humpy with the foam, so it's called a Para Humpy. It's got that foam cap, so supports weight really well. We've got a Purple Chubby. Purple Chubby's one of our tried and true producers in the fall window. Again, kind of a darker body option for us. And then last option for, kind of that dry double dropper, dry dropper, lead buoyant fly is going to be a Voodoo Doll. Voodoo Doll is a newer pattern. It's got kind of a sparkle body to it. I can flip that upside down for you. Kind of gets their attention, but nice dark body, good leg movement, and calf tail wing, so it's really visible. I'm gonna bump over to kind of continuing that focus on the dry double dropper rig. My middle fly in that double dropper rig, so the lead dropper, which is kind of my attractor. A great option is that Thrasher series, you're gonna see that I've got a lot of Euro style nymphs here, which, you know, they're great to Euro nymph with, but they're equally as good on an indicator rig. Really excel for that dry double dropper rig because it's nice and heavy. It gets down, stays down. It gets my other smaller dropper down in the strike zone where I want it. And it's a great attractor. They cover a lot of different bases. So starting with the thrasher, this is a red thrasher, kind of that red quill look, but we fish them in a lot of different colors: olive, brown, yellow. We've got a waltz worm. Sexy Waltz is one of my favorite in the fall season. Covers kind of a caddis category. It's a great crane fly as well. Our blowtorch, which everybody knows a blowtorch on this river. It's day in, day out, one of our best producer. This is a hare's ear color. Got our hot bead pheasant tail CDC tied on a jig hook. This is one that we custom order and fish a lot here on the river. Good red quill, good caddis, good crossover, kind of Frenchy look, but really covers some bases and gets fish's attention. More of a true red quill here. This is a Juan Ramirez's Jiggity Jedi in the red color. We've got a GTI caddis, which fishes year round, but really good producer in the fall. And then we've got jigged hazel, which is a Gasolina style fly, kind of more of a caddis look there. Moving into our second dropper, which is going to be our smaller fly, we're really focusing more on our mayfly population, being our pseudocleon baetis and trico bugs. So we've got Slim Shady, which is Juan's fly. We've got a shot glass purple here. We've got a Jiggity Jedi. Again, we saw that in the red quill. This is going to be the BWO version. All of these in that size 20 category. We've got a great little trico here. This is that Pure Choice Mayfly series in the trico. We've got, Clear Choice, not Pure Choice, Clear Choice Mayfly. We've got a tungsten black RS2, great trico imitation. And we've got a lucent tungsten Perdigon, size 2022. Again, great little Perdigon option for a trico. Don't forget our midges as well. The midges will be definitely, part of your arsenal as we move through September, October, especially first thing in the morning. We've got a Titan midge here, and we've got a zebra midge, pretty basic there. Let's pivot back over to some lead flies. If we wanted to double or triple nymph under an indicator, or if we wanted to Euro nymph, these would be point flies for us. We could use any of these droppers in sequence with a larger kind of lead attractor fly. Of course, our stone flies are always in the mix. We've got our wired stone, we've got our buyout stone. Those are two great ones. We've got our micro jig girdle bug. I am fishing smaller stone flies because what's left in the stonefly population in the fall is an immature golden stone, that Pacifica. The big guys are not around at this point in time because most of them have hatched in the summer. Got a jigged iron Sally, which is another great stonefly imitation, or yellow Sally imitation, but just fishes great. Crane fly wise, up at the top, this is what's called a CZ crane, and the crane flies are really starting to ramp up. We're catching a lot of fish on crane fly larvae right now. So if I wanted to double nymph, triple nymph, or Euro nymph, those would be go-to flies to go in combination with my tag flies or my droppers. Moving into hatch matchers. Still a bunch of caddis out there, and heavily in the willows. So that's a good lead fly. Say I wanted to do a double dry rig, which is what I like to do. I like to, run a dry fly rod, kind of pure hatch matching dry fly rod, a dry dropper rod or dry double dropper rod, and a streamer rod. Those are my three go-to rods in the fall season. If I'm going double dry, this is a great lead fly, good indicator fly. I've got our high-rise caddis in olive body. I've got a really great parachute caddis here. That one's been a really great producer for us. We've got Miss Tickle's Cripple, that's a blue-winged olive adult. We've got our lowrider beta, so blue-winged olive. We've got our Spin Doctor, that's a great trico. And then we've got our Hackle Stacker trico. A couple of good red quill dries here, just a standard polywing spinner. And this has been a great producer. This is called our hatchback. Okay, folks, so there's a look at our bug board. That should get you going and prepared for the fall season. These are all available in store and online. Alrighty, folks, so hopefully a look at some of those core patterns is very helpful to you as you start to build a mindset for approaching the fall fishing on the Arkansas River Basin. Keep in mind that many of these patterns will fish very, very well for you on small tributaries, especially to the Arkansas, but not only that, the South Platte, 11 Mile Canyon, Cheeseman Canyon, the Dream Stream, and many other watersheds in the south central Colorado area. So don't be afraid to get these in the box for some of your other fly fishing adventures in the area. And again, remember that all of these patterns are available on our website at royalgorgeanglers.com, or we're happy to put together an assortment for you via phone order or an email order. Just kind of let us know what you're looking for and we can custom build something for you. We love to do that. Of course, we'd love to see you in the fly shop as well. A few things to keep in mind. We do have some really cool new rods coming in November. A really great new rod from Scott, which we'll have more info on that guy. A new rod from Orbis coming early winter season. So keep an eye out for those. Some really, really cool new rods coming. Of course, some great new fall sportswear already in store, and other trinkets and rod and tackle stuff as well. With that, we do have a lot of great opportunities for buying gear at deep discount. We've got some rods that are both available to you online on our website or in store that are on deep discount. Everything in store within the Simms brand, waders, boots, sportswear, anything, Simms is up to 50% off both on our website and in store. So if you're in need of any new wading gear, some waders, some boots, or any great sportswear, logo items, those are all available. Everything within the Simms brand. So that's a huge opportunity for you. And we really look forward to seeing you all in the fly shop, here this fall. Again, one of our favorite seasons of the year. We've got, so many great opportunities for you, whether it be the Arkansas tributaries, the South Platte, the reservoirs, Antero and Spinney. Great opportunities to catch some big fish. The Arkansas tailwater's been fishing very, very well here recently and will be a great option for you. Truly my favorite season of the year to get out and fish. Wade fishing paradise. Absolutely a wade fishing paradise with these low flows. Still floatable, but very technical. So you really need to know what you're doing on the rowing front on the Arkansas if you do want to get out and float, but very doable, especially several different sections there. Some that I would steer clear of for sure. As always, if we can help you with anything, we are here to do that, okay? Call us anytime, 888-994-6743. Email us, info@royalgorgeanglers.com. We've got our great chat line on the website that's available to you during in-store hours at royalgorgeanglers.com. Again, over 6,000 items on our web store and quick delivery to the Front Range of Colorado and elsewhere. So really encourage you to peruse the Fly Shop online. We very much appreciate your support, and we love to freely give information on advancing your skill set on the Arkansas and abroad via these videos, but we would not be here without some support on fly buying and things of that nature. So we hope you will consider that moving forward or in the holiday season, which is upcoming. Again, thanks so much for viewing. Let us know if we can help you at any point in time. Have a fantastic fall season on the Arkansas River or abroad, and we hope to see you sometime soon.